We're just waiting. We'll start getting everybody in at about 28 minutes past 12. And the
Okay.
students can see they, this is Alma and Rika Kemp, although Rika did say that she was busy with something else, so she might not be the duration.
Thank you, Sharon. Or rather, hello first. And thank you for the information. I'm trying to open my presentation, which has the brief. Where is it?
I have made it multiple participants to share, so you should be able to from our side. Have you guys got load shedding there?
At the moment, no, I'm not sure. I don't think we are on the load shedding schedule at this point in time. So hopefully it will stay like that until we finish today, and then same applies for tomorrow.
When I sent out the invite yesterday, I see a lot of people declined for yesterday, for tomorrow, sorry. And I think they're missing the best part.
That's true, and unfortunately with load shedding, then yeah.
So I think it needs to be today. Tomorrow's the exciting part.
Yes, because today is just the brief for the participants and introduction. So hey, we'll see how it goes. And on the number of participants, so okay, let me do this. I'm going to share my screen and then I'll just quickly go through with you, because on that list of participants, yes, we're doing the groups. However, when we get to, after I've introduced the case studies and the activities, and I'll get to a slide where it has participants, I will ask if people still want to join the 5 groups that we currently have, and those 5 groups only have 2 individuals each. And then, yeah, so then if they want to, then I'll give them a timeline saying, before 2 p.m. today, send us an email, and then we can just put you in that group and work on that, on the respective case study. And even those case studies will not be, they cannot choose their case studies, so they will get any case study that they will get.
Perfect. Harry. Yes, please. Yeah. Oh no, it should be, because I sent it as the calendar request. Okay.
Sharon, can I share my screen now?
Yes, you can go ahead and share your screen.
So that's the PowerPoint that I have. I'm not sure if you've seen that.
Yes, we are, but we also seeing your side, on the side.
Yeah, I'm trying to do slideshow.
Oh.
Okay. There we go.
Perfect. Okay, we're going to start allowing the participants in.
Okay.
If we just give it a few minutes to allow more people in, because we've only got 15, that includes us. And then hopefully more people will join. Good afternoon, everybody. We're just waiting for a few more people to join, and then we'll start.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining the MySAAFoST Food Recall Hackathon. I am Dr. Nwabi Sandra-Makulu from the University of Pretoria. I'm the current chair of MySAAFoST, which is a student and a young professional association under SAAFoST. And we're very pleased that SAAFoST is assisting us and helping us in hosting these events that are targeting students and young professionals. In today's meeting, we have Professor Elna Bass, who is the current president of SAAFoST. She also functions as one of our judges for the Food Recall Hackathon. Also, we have our guest speaker for the Food Recall Hackathon, which is Mrs. Rika Kemp. Mrs. Rika Kemp will give us a talk tomorrow on food recalls in the country. However, today, both of them are joining as we are briefing our participants. With that said, in our midst, we have then our participants who indicated when they registered that they would like to participate in this hackathon. So we thank you for joining us for this brief and also for participating in this brief. Not forgetting our audience members who also wanted to join and who are here in the room, and we also appreciate your presence, and hopefully we'll also provide some input when we get to discussion or question area. This will not be possible without the assistance of Tennis. Tennis then helps us with the platform in terms of Zoom and arranging the registration link and sending the contact information and details with regarding to our activities. So we thank them for joining with us today and assisting us with everything for the day. The team that I work with under MySAAFoST, we have our vice chair, who is Shanice Rampinson. She could not join at the moment. And then I have about 8 committee members. Some are here in the group, which you will also get to know if you have any contact with MySAAFoST. So I will get to the activity for the day. So like I said, mentioned earlier, our activity is on Food Recall Hackathon. And this is scheduled over a 2-day period, of which today currently we're doing the briefing exercise for the participants. And then tomorrow the participants will then present and we'll have our guest speaker giving a talk with regards to food recall. We'll use the same platform that we're using today for tomorrow's activity. What I would like to mention is that with this Food Recall Hackathon, a group stands to win a 500 Rand take-a-lot voucher per member in that group. So this is the winning group. So our target is that we have 5 members per group, and therefore each member in that group that wins will get 500 Rand take-a-lot voucher. At this point, I would like to take you through then the agenda for the day. Sorry. Okay. So like I mentioned, the introduction I've already done, and I'm going to have a brief discussion with the MySAAFoST participants for our food recall activity, and then we'll take questions from the platform. And then here we'll also allow any other questions or items that the judges would like to bring to the front, and then we'll close our session. So as you would have seen in our advertisement for the food recall activity, we are under the theme, what are food recalls and why are they important, if they are important at all, right? So this is based on the activity that we've seen in the South African industry from the period of 2020 and currently, that we have several food products that have been recalled from our retailers. So we want to understand, why have these products been recalled? So as students and young professionals, we've come across food safety in our studies or even in our work environment. We are of the understanding that there are biological, physical, and chemical hazards that can be associated with the preparation or the consumption of food products. So with this hackathon, we want to understand, can the recall of these food products be linked to any hazards? And if so, are these hazards compromising our health? Hence then the recall of these food products. So we want to do this in a hackathon format, of which then we get participants to hack a particular case study and then implement a food recall on that. And what corrective measures can be done and what preventative measures can be done to protect the consumers of our food products, which is also ourselves. So the way we're doing this is more like a fact-finding mission, and then we'll have our expert, Mrs. Rika Camp, tomorrow when she does her presentation, who's going to highlight to us how our food recalls done, why are they done, and then we can learn from that after having tried our hand at a hackathon. So this is mainly the basis of our hackathon for tomorrow. So here for the participants, I would like for you to note that these are the case studies that you're going to be assigned to. So each group will be assigned to one case study, and the case study is going to be based on a random selection. So you are not at liberty to choose a case study that you would want to participate in. So the MySAAFoST committee, with the groupings that we have currently, will assign you a case study, we'll communicate with you at the end of this briefing session. This is your case study, these are your group members, and then these are the tasks that you have. So our first case study, I would like to minimize this, sorry, there we go. So our first case study is looking at infants who fall ill after consumption of a pureed baby food, and we found that in that baby food, it was contaminated with Clostridium botulinum. Then the second case study is that of an elderly consumer or customer who reports the presence of glass particles in a jar of jam that they bought from a retailer. The third case study is then the detection of cleaning chemical reagents in ready-to-eat salad packs. And then the fourth case study is then a customer who returns a packet of chips to a retailer because there's too much seasoning on the food packet itself. And then case 5 is then a report on 5 scholars who were admitted to hospital after consuming a chocolate milk bar that was manufactured in a processing line that uses peanuts. So in this case, it means that you can get any of those 5 case studies in your respective groups, and then you need to start doing the activities, which I will talk about now. So in our activities, which is then the hackathon, is that as a group and group members, you need to design and present to the judges tomorrow a food recall plan of your respective group and case study following these guidelines. So you need to categorize the hazard that is present within your particular scenario case study. And you need to answer them by providing us or the judges with the risk associated with that hazard and the consequences of such a risk being present in that particular food product as in your case study. Furthermore, you need to identify the critical control points, critical limits of the product that you are going to be working on. And then you need to describe them. What steps need to be followed when this product is recalled, right? And furthermore, what preventative measures can the company or the manufacturer then adopt or take with regards to preventing such a thing from happening again? And then how will the company protect its image should then, in the case that they've done a recall, and then how will they protect their image going further on? In addition to making a food recall plan, we'd like for you to utilize your scientific knowledge and also link that to some creativity in order for your presentation or your case study to stand out. And again, we rely heavily on us as food scientist students or food science young professionals with the knowledge on food safety to bring that information to light. Because with these activities that we've described here, these are just some of the highlights that you need to highlight in your presentation. And again, it's a hackathon, which is in a competitive format. So you need to put your best leg forward. So at this point in time, I will just hold on for a few minutes for any questions that arise from the floor with regards to the case studies or the activities, and then I will take you further with regards to the rest of our agenda. So Sharon, I would like for you to please assist me if there are questions on the chat, or if people can raise their hands and ask questions.
Shanti, you can ask your question.
Hello.
Yes, hello, I can hear you, but can you please raise your voice? I can't hear you. Yes, now you better.
Yes. I'm sorry. I think my network is a bit unstable. I have applied for, or rather I registered for this meeting. However, I wasn't aware if I should be in a group. Do you take individuals as well?
Okay, that's not a problem. We don't take individuals, we have to be in a group. So as you're indicating that you're interested, we can put you in a group. We still have enough space with our respective groups. So what I would like for you is just to note your name and your name and surname and email address on the chat box. And then we'll take your details from them, then put you in a group. And then immediately after this, then you will receive your group members and the case study that you'll be working on.
Okay, thank you.
Right. So with that said, that also goes with anyone else also in this meeting who would like to participate. So all MySAAFoST committee members, you know, you're not eligible to enter. So a SAAFoST member, a SAAFoST member, either student, young professional, or a professional member of SAAFoST student, you are allowed to enter. Then you just drop your email address, your full name and surname, which we'll be able to contact you on. And then we send you the details that you are in this group, and this is the case study that you will be working on. Any other question? I don't see another question on the chat.
There's no questions in the chat box, and I can't see any hands raised.
Okay, thank you very much, Sharon. So then I will just move on. So touching on what we have just discussed, in each group, we would like to have 5 individuals. And as I have mentioned, we still have space in our respective 5 groups. So if you do indicate that you are interested, that you would like to participate in any of the groups, and obviously we'll get a different case scenario, then we'll put you in that group. Thank you. Now, what will happen post today is that once you received your group and your case study to work on, then you work on that privately. You can decide which format, via WhatsApp, via a Google Meet, Zoom Meet with your respective group members, and you work on the task and presenting your case for tomorrow. For the presentation tomorrow, I would like to highlight, you as a group decide whether one person will present or whether you're going to structure your presentation that we have one person presenting a particular section, another person presenting a particular section. However, be mindful, you only have 5 minutes to present. So you must put your message across and clearly to the judges for 5 minutes. So if you decide to use different individuals, you take note of that, and same applies if you're using one person to present. After your presentation, then your judges will pose questions to you for 5 minutes, and then you will then not leave the room, but then you will then give another group to present, also following the same format. Following that, then our guest speaker, Mrs. Rika Kemp, will then give us a talk on food recalls, and the talk is for 10 minutes. And then after the 10 minutes, we'll have 5 minutes for questions or discussion with Ms. Rika Kemp. So the idea here with the 5-minute questions, it can also be longer depending on the discussion, is for us to highlight information or things that we didn't know about food recalls and ask and have a robust discussion with regards to food recalls. In the end, then the judges will go and deliberate in a separate room, and then will come back and present then the winning group. And then that winning group, like I mentioned earlier, they will receive then a 500 Rand voucher per member in that particular group. And these are take-a-road vouchers, and then we close our session tomorrow afternoon. So that is my take for today and information for today. If there are any questions, I will welcome them at this point in time. Right. Then Professor Bass and Mrs. Rika Camp, would you perhaps have any questions or some information that you would like to share with the audience today and the participants, possibly for tomorrow?
Nobisa, from my side, I don't have anything. I just think it's a fantastic opportunity, and I hope the group members will enjoy this. And if they have friends, maybe that they would like to invite and join before, I don't know when. Maybe later today they should do that. But yes, enjoy this. It looks really interesting to do.
Thank you, Professor Bass. Mrs. Rika Camp?
I think she had to leave the meeting.
Excuse me, Sharon?
She left the meeting early. She had to go.
Okay, all right, that's noted. Thank you very much, Professor Bass. And myself, I'm also looking forward to this hackathon, because when we put it up, it was mainly as a concern, because we are food scientists, that why are we having such food recalls in South Africa? Is something wrong? What is happening? And we thought, well, the best way to find out, let's host a hackathon, because we don't know it, we don't know anything on, and then get a guest speaker who's actually going to put us in light. And the nice way of doing it is for us to be involved in such a fact-finding mission. And then we will be able to remember what is going on and what is happening in South Africa. And we're all the better off as food scientists, because now we'll be armed with knowledge, and it is going to be a very exciting event. So like Prof. Bass has said, please invite your friends to join in. If you still want to participate as a group member, also indicate that we are more than welcome. We will take participants to participate. With that said,
Can I just mention something?
yes, please.
Okay, so tomorrow how it will work, once the presentations are done by each group, then we will put you back into we'll put everybody into the waiting room again, so that the judges can deliberate and make their decision. So please don't go when you're in the waiting room. Once they have made the decision, we will then take you out of the waiting room and bring you back into the meeting. So don't think you're going into the waiting room and we've forgotten about you. We will bring you back into the meeting again.
Thank you very much, Sharon. So then we will meet again, everyone, tomorrow morning. Oh, sorry, tomorrow afternoon at 5 p.m. Sorry, tomorrow morning at 5 p.m. Load shedding permitting. However, I'd like to remind you, please follow MySAAFoST on LinkedIn, MySAAFoST on Facebook, and also MySAAFoST on Instagram, where we advertise all our activities, where we advertise webinars, talks, industry seminars, everything related to the Association for Food Science and Technology in the country is advertised on all those social media platforms. Please, please, please follow. We enjoy and we appreciate all your engagement with us. Thank you very much to Sharon, and thank you very much to everyone who has joined this session. And good luck to all the participants who are going to be receiving their groups this afternoon. And please work on your case study for tomorrow afternoon, and then be ready to present tomorrow afternoon, just after 5. Thank you very much. We'll see everyone tomorrow afternoon.